Hi, and welcome to my channel, Overcoming Gluttony. My name is Alicia, and I used to weigh 327 pounds. I currently weigh 261 pounds. And today I'm going to show you all of the food that I have in my house. So I'd like to start off by saying I eat organic food. In January of 2023, I decided to become vegan and remove table sugar and oil for the most part out of my life. I decided to stop eating meat and dairy products and meat byproducts because I saw some documentaries and I was really concerned and I felt like the food was being poisoned. So I switched over to organic foods. Actually, I was eating organic before then, but I decided to stop buying organic meats and dairy products because I just feel like the food is way too tainted and I don't want to give myself cancer. So here is what I've meal prepped for the week. This side right here is my breakfast. I have 1 or 2 avocados, multiple carrots, some snap peas or sweet peas, and heirloom tomatoes. I may also have a piece of fruit if I want it. This is what I have meal prepped for myself for my lunch/dinner. I made this quinoa bread myself. This is like a wrap, a really large wrap, and I made this quinoa bread out of quinoa, water, honey, and a little bit of salt. So essentially, I put it in my blender, rinsed it off, put it in my blender, blended it, baked it until the edges got crispy, and I used parchment paper and whatnot. So I made this myself, and this is like a wrap with avocado, beans, lettuce, mustard. Now, these beans aren't organic because at the time I purchased them, I wasn't by the natural food store. So I got these delicious pinto beans from the dollar store for $1.25 for a pound. And I will give this meal about an 8.2 out of 10. I would like to have some barbecue sauce, so I need to figure out how to make some homemade barbecue sauce with honey, and I think that will really help the taste of it. And I have some mixed nuts in here. There's some pistachios and macadamia nuts. I've been eating more nuts because I've noticed that I've been hungrier since I've been exercising more. So rather than sit there and crave fast food, which I usually don't give into unless it's a bean and rice burrito, I've been taking nuts with me. I think instead of taking nuts, I'm going to alternate between taking mixed nuts and mixed beans. So here are some of the beans that are left over from what I would usually put in here. I'll just buy some more beans, cook them up, mix them together, and when I'm hungrier, I could have an option between mixed nuts or mixed beans. Whoa! Oh, shucks. Man, I dropped my cord. Let me see if I can get it. Shucks. All right, let's see if we can record this without the cord, without plugging in my refrigerator. So up here are my smoothie ingredients. I have honey, and back there are taller jars of honey that I picked up at a natural food store. There's white honey, and they're all organic. There's white honey, neem honey, and acacia honey in those 3 large jars. And then there is another honey that I picked up from a different natural food store, Trader Joe's, and this is regular Trader Joe's raw organic honey. I've tried it. I like it. I haven't tried the other ones yet. Here are some spices that I like to put inside my smoothies: nutmeg and cinnamon. I have some popcorn kernels and as well as some vanilla. Okay, and then down here I have my water bottles that I like to keep on hand because when I have water already ready for me, I'm more prone to drink it. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, I'm gonna start over here. So when I made those pinto beans, there was some left over and I kept it so I can have bean broth, and I can use this as a soup or in some other ingredient to flavor it more. So I kept the juice from my pinto beans. And then I have some of these beans that I've meal prepped for the rest of the week. They're regular pinto beans. I take them out the night before or the day of because I don't want my food to spoil, and organic food spoils a lot faster. Even though those beans aren't organic, I want to get in the habit of keeping my food in the freezer. So this is some organic flour that I read on the packaging that you can put in the freezer to preserve its life. This is a pre-made beans and rice. I tend to eat these when I'm at home instead of for on the go because I don't like the way they taste when I'm out and about. It seems like they spoil. But when I put them in my pan at home, they taste much better. This is another quinoa bread tortilla that I made. It's folded over. And I just take it out for 30 minutes. It's thawed out, and then I can use it as you would any kind of a tortilla. I will make a video, I'm hoping, about how I make my quinoa bread, so that you guys can see. I do have 2 other attempts already posted, but those were fails. But I'll show you the way that I figured out to do it successfully. Here are my smoothie ingredients. This is red grapes. This is sweet potato peels or skin. And this is green grapes. These are lime, lemon, and orange peels that I keep in here to throw into my smoothie, and this is banana peels. I highly recommend that you save your peels and freeze them and use them as in a smoothie ingredient because it definitely helps me have so much more energy, and they're so delicious. Up here is a pre-made tea of lemons, honey, and water, so that if I get sick, I don't have to make my own tea. I can simply throw this into a pan, heat it up, and I'll be good to go. And then right here are extra freezer bags for when I do buy more ingredients for my smoothies, such as mangoes, strawberries, pineapple, etc. I'll have those saved. And then I do intend this weekend to make about 7 pre-made smoothies to get rid of all of these peels and whatnot. And then when I go to the natural food store and buy a bunch of organic fruit, I'll have those pre-made smoothies already together, convenient for me to just take and go. And I can start off with some fresh fruit that I have recently purchased. So I am going to attempt to get this plug so that we can have a more enjoyable time, or maybe, let's see what this looks like. Okay. Turn on my light here. All right. Sorry, y'all. I have to make it an official procedure to properly plug in my refrigerator. I unplug it because it makes so much noise. So right here are some avocados. Then we have bananas, oranges and limes, cucumbers, and in the back here, there are some sweet peas, as well as in front of our sweet snap peas, and in front of those sweet snap peas, there are some heirloom tomatoes. On this second row, I have my disaster preparedness food. So behind all this oatmeal is nuts and dried fruit. So I wanted to have disaster preparedness food that is non-perishable and that I won't have to cook in the case of an emergency. I'll only use this food if the grocery stores can't provide us with food. Other than that, I do not eat it. It's for in case of emergencies or disasters, and I cannot go to the grocery store, or I choose not to go to the grocery store due to chaos or whatever, and I'll just have my own little stash here. And I also have seeds and soil as well. I don't have the soil in my refrigerator, but it's somewhere else. Okay, these are some celery that I don't like celery, but I made a vegetable tray recently, a few vegetable trays, and I bought some, but I don't want to put it on there, so I'm gonna give this celery to a neighbor. This is some lettuce from my meal prepping. This right here are some leftovers from my making a vegetable tray, and I told myself I was going to make a broth from these vegetables. I'm no longer going to do that because it sat in my refrigerator for too long, but I may harvest the seeds from the bell pepper and plant them. Because these are bell pepper seeds, and I may try to plant them a little bit later and eat them as microgreens. Right here is organic pasta. You got spaghetti, penne, and rotini. I haven't tried these yet. I just thought I'd give it a try since I've been getting hungry lately. Inside of this Red Vines tin, there is some carrots. Then I have some water. In this drawer, there are some potatoes. In this drawer, I have a lot of snack food. I do not snack. I eat like only if I'm hungry, but I don't snack throughout the day or anything like that, because I noticed when I did that, it caused me to pick up 9 pounds. So I cut that out. But when I want something sweet, I'll eat a date or some figs or raisins and apricots. And I also have some nuts on hand. So if I'm hungrier, I can just come down here and eat some of this. Another thing, if you decide to make an emergency preparedness kit, make sure your Ziploc bags are closed properly. I recommend you get high quality Ziploc bags, not like dollar store kind, and that you can slide it closed. Because when I was making my emergency preparedness kit, I noticed that the Ziploc bags would tear easily, or the dollar store version of Ziploc bags would tear easily, and it was kind of harder to seal them shut. So get good quality. Now on this side right here of my refrigerator, inside the butter dish thing, I have some cloves to make clove infused water, some soy sauce packages, as well as ginger. On this level, I have some leftover dollar store beans, plus some organic mustard. Here are some garlic that I bought a few weeks ago, and they're doing something. They're growing these legs. I don't know. They're doing a little activity. Then I have some, what's this? Oatmeal. Some wild rice. I'm going to stop buying white rice and start buying red, black, and brown rice and wild rice, because I read that there's more nutrients in those. This is some quinoa that I use to make my quinoa bread. Here are some fenugreek seeds. I drink infused fenugreek water, and then I plant some of the seeds as microgreens. This is tricolored quinoa. And underneath this is some organic basmati rice that is white. I'm going to finish that off and then no longer buy white rice. Here are some baking ingredients, which include baking powder and baking soda. I've taped my herbs right here so that I can make better use of the space in my refrigerator. And you can see I have sage, thyme, and some more sage. So let's go over to my pantry. So this is my food pantry. And on the top level, I have my knives and my smoothie straws. Also right here, I have my hand blender utensils. And here's the cord for my hand blender that's on the other side. On the second level, there are lids to different pots and pans that I have. Then on the third level, there are extra pots and pans. Down here are spices like black pepper, white pepper, salt, curry, chili. And then I also have the Ziploc bags, small, medium, and large, that I plan on using this week. And there are cooking supplies such as saran wrap, tin foil, parchment paper, and some barbecue skewers, or meat skewers, or vegetable skewers, or skewers. And then on the bottom row, I have extra salt, like traveling salt, extra pepper. When I say traveling salt, that's salt that I'll take with me on the go. And then down here, there are extra Ziploc bags that I keep on hand so that I don't have to keep going to the dollar store every week or every month and stocking up. So thank you so much for spending time with me. If you watched Weigh-In Wednesday yesterday, you saw all the bad, unhealthy foods that I ate as I was out and about. So if you didn't watch that, go ahead and see the unhealthy junk that I ate as I purchased things while I was running errands or going to work. Thank you so much for your time. Bye, y'all. See you tonight.